So we're going to add some colour to that background right now, and we're going to get straight into the post-game. Because the pre-game, what I told you in the pre-game, if you were watching the pre-game, guys, you would say right now, I kind of told you exactly what was coming. This was a typical CONCACAF kind of game. Also, before the game, I was thinking it's going to have to be strong referees to keep a good grip on this one. What was your take on the all-women officials? Did you think they did a good job? Did you think they maybe lost control of the game somehow? Do you think that's why the game maybe got a little bit edgy? What are your thoughts on women officials in the men's game at international level? What do you think? Did they do a good job, or could they have done better? Basically, that's one of the questions. We've got loads of questions for you as well. BMO Field half empty. What does that tell you? That tells you that this was not that well promoted, not well awaited. Remember the fever from the World Cup? That place was absolutely sold out. Yeah. Do you remember other places that don't normally get football, like Edmonton? Sold out. Commonwealth Stadium back to back, pretty much. I think it was a 48,000 and a 54,000 in a 60,000 white elephant aberration of a building in Commonwealth Stadium in the middle of the prairies. Never gets filled. But again, half empty at BMO Field. How popular is our national team? Is it popular at all? We're 606 days away from a World Cup, and you don't have a full building for the first game in a long while back home on home soil to see your heroes playing the Reds national shirt. Again, how popular are we? The atmosphere was good. I got to say, though, the atmosphere was good. You have to say, briefly with the game, though, First half, Canada, very rusty, very rusty. Couldn't connect. No passing game. No support moves. It was all very individual. And I've said this 1,000 times, and now I'm going to say it for a millionth time. Alphonso Davies is not a winger. How many times does he run with the ball, lose the ball, and get out of place? And on that note, he was out of place on the goal that Panama scored. He's totally the wrong side defending because he's so eager to be in the offensive side of the game. There's a time and a place for him to move. But really, if you're going to be bloody honest, Alfonso, stop trying to be the winger of wingers. You can't be everybody all the time. There comes a time where you got to pick your battles wisely. You're not a winger. You're a wing back. Back being the word. I'm getting fed up with seeing him lose the ball. And that was the epitome of the first half. Not connecting, not getting the ball between players, sporadic moves, no team effort, no cohesion. It shows we haven't played for a while. The second half would be much better. But looking on the scoring as we go through this right now, looking on the board, you got to say Carl Larin scores 44th minute, beautiful finish. And it was because Panama get caught in possession on the edge of the box and cough it up. A great little 1-2 give and go, comes in front of the goal, and Kyle just curls it into the corner. Nicely done. Lovely finish. Goal number 30, top scorer. And then Fayado would tie it up on 69. And you got to say, that comes off the back of great work by Panama. They deserved at least a draw out of this game, at least a draw. They were good for it. They fought, they hustled, they battled. They wanted something from this game, especially after the loss of the 2-0 to the USA a couple of days ago. Give some big respect to the Canaleros, the Canal men, because they played their hearts out. They really did. They were looking for a result, especially in the second half, and they grew and grew and grew and grew and grew in this game, whereas Canada literally went from hitting the top of the mountain on 44 minutes, going 1-0 up, and slowly was skiing down and had no momentum to start skiing back up and had to dig into the game, and once again would bring a very late winner, 87 minutes, and it was that man, Jonathan David. JD, I tell you what, I told you he's going to be the top scorer all time. He still is. It's 30-30 club. That's not a gun, but it's the 30-30 club. It's Kyle and John are both on, Jonathan, I should say, are both on 30 goals all time. But Jonathan will be your top man. Let's talk about some of the stats while we're here on the board. Got to say, it wasn't all bad for Canada on the field. But again, where was the crowd? Where was the crowd? And Jesse Marsh gets his first win at home. So kudos to Jesse, kudos to the guys. Here we go, stats on the board. We go left, right, like we normally do. Canada's stats, shots, 15, 10 on target. That's damn good. Possession, 54%. Passes, 416 passes. 76% accuracy. Very good. 13 fouls. Dirty Bastards Club. 3 yellow cards. Extreme Dirty Bastards Club. And no red cards. 2 offsides and 8 corners. So those are pretty good stats for a home team. Now, Panama on the road had great stats as well. Checking this out. Shots on target, 1. Shots all total, 5. So 3 times more for Canada. Possession, 46%. Pretty decent for a road team. 357 passes. Pass accuracy, 70%. Fouls, 15. Dirty Bastards. 4 Dirty Bastards Club with yellow cards. No reds. And offsides, 5, corners, 4. So there's the stats. It was a tight game, and it was a decent game. It started a little flat. It slowly got going. There was a lot of pulling and pushing, and where the game got a little bit edgy and overboiled towards the end, and you could see it coming. And I'm going to draw back to what I said right on the early part of this. Did this game need men officials, or did this game need women officials? Because I firmly believe if you'd have had a strong arm man crew, this game would not have got so fiery, and we probably would have had a better footballing aspect tonight rather than a battle. But I'll forego whatever referees you think you want to have really have a battle. So I don't say they did a bad job. I just say maybe they didn't control it as they probably could. What do you think about that? And you're probably thinking, Steve, you're really coming hard on the women there. No, I'm not. I'm just being damn honest. Totally honest. A couple of other things. Players making 50 caps milestones. Is 50 caps a milestone to you? Just a question. Is 50 caps a milestone? I say it probably is. But 100, that's a super milestone. And like I say, with milestones, Jonathan David, I think in years to come, he's going to be the guy. At the end of the day, it was a decent welcome home. It was a decent home win for Jesse at the end of the day. 2-1's not a bad result at the end of the day. And it keeps Canada at 38th in the world. And it probably will keep Panama 37th in the world. But the one thing it does do is it doesn't let us slide. We got plus points off this. 2 goals in the back of the net. The top scorer is scoring. And luckily, Maxime doesn't get the shutout. Stay in your box, by the way, Max. I mean, what the hell are you doing? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's a 2-1 win. It's reason to be happy. But again, we are not well promoted, are we? Does anybody in your neighborhood ever know that Canada's playing when you watch Canada? Do you ever get a little bit gypped and pissed off that no one gives a shit about Canada when you're watching the game? Because it doesn't seem anybody knows. It doesn't seem any TV companies or radio companies or any companies do any promotion for Canada ever. I've been doing it for 20 years. Maybe they need to give me a shout. I'll tell them how we do it on the cheap. But hey, does anybody give a shit when Canada plays? I'm really being honest because I'm a little pissed off because you know what? No one cares. Empty stadium is what I call that for an international game. There weren't many people watching on TV either, guaranteed. Yeah? So really, how many people give a shit about Canada and playing football? That's what I'm saying. End of the day, we win 2-1. I had fun. Hope you did too. And I hope that I got you thinking about a few things. Because if I didn't, nothing ever will. Okay, 2-1. We won. Let's get ready for November. We've got more games coming in November. 606 games go to the next World Cup here in Canada. And I wonder what teams, what nations we're going to be drawing into Canada's group. It just really lets you have a taste of something great. Because hopefully once we get through that phase, we'll be on to bigger and better things. And Jesse Marsh actually says he's gearing this team to win the World Cup. Have a great night. 2-1 Canada. Well done, Panama. That was a great showing. That really was a great showing. But there can only be one winner on tonight's scoreboard because it's 2-1 Canada. Have a great day tomorrow. Have a great week. Get ready for the next game. And hey, Wrexham fans, get ready for a top show for Wrexham on this weekend, and I got a surprise package coming. In fact, I got 2 packages coming, and I'm going to show you on Saturday. Cheers. Go Canada, go.